Hello and welcome back, and in this video we'll take a look at how to download Autodesk Revit for non-academic or business purpose. Without further ado, let's get started. To do so, go to manage.autodesk.com. If you have your Autodesk sign-in account, you can probably sign in using that, or if you have not created any Autodesk account, so you can create that account in manage.autodesk.com. And if you have done creating the account, then you can navigate to this page, or if you have already the Autodesk account, you can sign in and you can get to this page, right? So this is where you download the Autodesk Revit. The current version, while I'll film this video, is 2022, and I use Windows 64, and it is available for Windows 32-bit as well. And then the platform I use is Microsoft, so that's why it is Windows. If you use other platforms like Macintosh, you can probably download the corresponding software. I mean the software that's compatible to the operating system that you use. And languages, there are plenty of languages, like I prefer English. And then this is the page, like you can probably take a look at this install now. So what does that install now does is pretty similar to what we discussed in the previous video. It just installed from the web, so it's a web installation, and it almost requires first 4.98 GB only, so it does not download any software content. So it just download from the I mean it starts streaming, or it just take the Autodesk website and its content, and it start installing with the web access or something like that. But there are a couple of other things that you can do. One is like download now and download via browser. So we'll take a look at that now. So when you see different download options, like install now, it's a default. It's the fastest way, as Autodesk recommends. And there's another thing called download now, and one more thing is called browse download. So we'll take a look at how install now works, then we take a look at the download now and browser download. So the first method is install now. So as soon as you click on the install now, it will just start preparing, right? And then it starts populating it, and then finally you get the dialog box like where to install. So the default location is C. I don't have much space in C. Let me just say, like I just wanted to put that in C drive. So which means that product is in C, program files in Autodesk, and then content of it will be downloaded in RVT 2022, something like that, right? When I click install, it says that like the required space is 33.28 GB, but I do have only 16.83 GB, so it says it's not possible to download in this particular location. Then I just cancel install, and then I do the process again, and then I'll just specify to a new location called F drive, so where I have quite a good space. And then if I click on install, it's installing. So this is method number one for installing by install now option. There's another method called method 2. So just is installing, and when it's finished, it asks you to restart the computer, and then you can start working, right? So you can open the Autodesk Revit once installed, and then you can activate your license if you have license. If you don't have license, you can still use it for 30 days. It's a trial period, so you can utilize it to evaluate the Autodesk Revit. Or in case you wanted to buy after that, or even between that, if you want to buy, you can go to purchase in that purchase option, and then you can purchase it via online, and you can start giving the license key, and then it gets activated. So the activation is fairly simple. It is just like any Windows software, something like that, right? So method number 2 is download now, which is also pretty similar to install, but instead of web downloading, or it takes the components from the web directly, it just downloads via the download manager. So you don't have, for example, if you have a good internet speed, but the speed is, the internet is wobbling, so install now might throw you a lot of error. So you need to have a stable internet connection. So I recommend for the people who have a very feeble internet but have a good speed, right? So in that case, you can go for download now, and then it will download like Autodesk download manager. So first it installs that software, and then it starts downloading the content, the Revit content. You can see it's 7.7 GB. So remember, in the install now it's just like 4.9 GB. The reason is that it don't downloads the entire content of the software, but it only downloads the specific requirements, and then it pulls the other requirements from the web itself, right? But here it downloads everything, like all complete Revit software, and then once it is done, like for example, once it's done, you can start installing. The installation is fairly the same. So in all the three methods, the installation is fairly the same, right? So and then you put it in a drive where you have a space, then you can start installing, as simple as that, right? And then the process repeats. I mean, the restart, it requests for restart, or you can start working without restarting and something like that. Then the final method is the browser download. In a browser download, what we do is we generally download the entire content not by Autodesk Manager, but instead like the regular software, like it downloads like as a exe file, or it generally downloads as a kind of a package file, when you click and you can for example, this is where it says like extract to. So when you extract, for example, the space where you provided, you got different folders, and underneath the different installation files and something like that. The file you're gonna choose should be the Revit file, this particular thing, so Windows 64-bit underscore DLM, something like that. And then when I click it, it goes to the particular content. I just repeat, I'll just open this folder, and underneath the folder there'll be a file called setup. And once you click that, it asks for license agreement and all, and you put agree, then you can follow as similar to the previous procedure. So once it is done, it gets installed, right? So this is how you generally install non-academic or business perspective, right? And then once you download it, like you can click on the software. The first time it will ask you for sign in with Autodesk ID. If you have got ID, you can use that, or if you don't have, you can still use it for 30 days, the trial version, something like that, right? So that's basically the different methods in which you can install Autodesk Revit, right? I hope you really enjoyed this video. Have a great day. Bye bye.